to record one of those for every show I play. You know, when it's like a little bar, it's hard to, you have to rent a screen, but it's totally worth it. Tell me the word for winter, where you going? Tell me the word for snow. 'Cause I woke up last night and it was snowing. There's all these things I wonder if you know, and just some things that I could never tell you. And the way I walk around like I was blind, I guess it doesn't matter, I just wonder. Maybe let me know if you get the time. Tell me why you don't show up now in my dream. Just that once, and you so ragged I could cry. Like a beggar or a king in exile, laid out on the same bed where you died. It's funny how you left the party early. That never happened, even one time in your life. Tell me, how many nights did you ride the moon down, singing, laughing, smoking to the morning light? I always think about that one time we were driving. We crossed the river on the ferry boat at dawn. Come up into the blood-red wheat of sunrise. One coyote running, a shadow 2 miles long. Tell me the word for winter, where you're going. Come to think, it's probably the same. I don't think you've gone too far away, but I miss you every time I say your name. Thanks, folks. Thanks for coming out. It's nice to see you here. This is distinctly strange as gigs go for me. Just gonna go ahead and put that out there. I play a lot of clubs and bars, the occasional theater, maybe a church, sometimes a prison. This is the best chandelier situation I've ever had. And I'm delighted by the whole thing. That's the first song on a brand new record called The Universal Fire. This is the next song. Oh, thank you. Well, our religion was electric, magnetic singing on a wire. Invisible ways making kings out of slaves, encoding our freedom and desire. And we pulled it down from the sky to make us dance, to make us cry. And one night it all burned away. In the universal fire, they came singing in the darkness, shuttles rocking in the loom of night. 10 million souls weighed out in silver and gold, and 2 million straight to the light. And they wept and they moaned and they called down the intercession of some nameless choir. But the angels just let them keep singing until the night when it all burned away in the universal fire. Gravity pushes down the stylus, God disappears into the sky. Electroplated silver cuts the master from the mirror, everyone the iteration of a lie. We had Satchmo and the Killer and Sun Ra, Bo Diddley and Big Mama and John Lee. We had every soul lostless in heaven until the night when it all burned away in the universal fire. You can't photograph a painting through a screen door. You can't try to square the circle down, but the God that you serve is the God of the curve, the irreducible mystery going around and around and around. They came singing in the darkness, shuttles rocking in the loom of night. Left all alone with the copies of the masters of the name. Just celluloid reels gone up in ashes, and steal the picture of a picture in a frame. It was Lady Day and Muddy and Coltrane, Little Walter and Rosetta and Ray. There was a time when it seemed we might all be redeemed, until the night when it all burned away and the universal fire.
Oh, thank you.
I just got off the road. Just did 2 weeks running around the Northeast with my full band, the 5-piece band that I made this album with. So you can imagine it feels very strange to sit down with one guitar. I don't know if you ever tried to tour a 5-piece band. It's pretty fascinating operation. If you ever were a camp counselor, it's a lot like that. If you gave all the 10-year-olds beer. But somehow being in this massive space alone, it's like the dream, you know, the dream where you go to school with no clothes on. It's kind of, it's a little bit like that. It's fine. I'm also not used to being able to see everyone quite this clearly. I tried the glasses, but it made me feel far away, so. Solo Modelo, solo hotel, so low I can't tell you, but I'm wishing you well, wishing you well, wishing you well. Solo gas station, solo cafe, solo I've been crying since you went away. You went away. You went away. And I know you've been walking the valley alone. One crow above you won't leave you alone. I know you've been singing your way through the dark. Your silk scarf and denim don't keep you warm, no. Solo black coffee, solo green room, solo at midnight, brother, I'm still solo at noon. Solo Milwaukee, solo LA, solo, and I've been thinking about just walking away, walking away, walking away, walking away. You know I'm walking away. Solo Modelo, solo Modelo, solo Modelo song. Solo Milwaukee, solo black coffee, solo Modelo, solo Modelo, walking home, solo Modelo. This is the most well-behaved Friday night crowd I ever had. I guess so. I hope you're all gonna do terrible things later. You know, one of the things when you're holding an acoustic guitar, even if it's plugged in, it's technically a folk music show. And when that happens, it means that you have to talk a lot. You're gonna want to talk pretty much the whole show. For every song you play, you want to talk like a third again as long as the song. And make sure, and this is vital, that there's nothing interesting or mysterious about that tune left by the time you play it. You want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what you were talking about and where you were when you wrote it and what you were wearing. We'll get around to that. Maybe I'll just play one here. Said you want to see a movie with the rain coming down. You said it's all a movie when you're in a strange town, in a hotel room with a Bible and a phone book, the good news and the bad luck. And I said, one's going to answer. You said, Jesus got my number, but I don't know how. Monterey Rain, Monterey Rain, Monterey Rain, Monterey Rain. Neon and nostalgia is all that's left of this town. Green cup and gold, the great feast, the lost fugue even now. The tide comes in and the money does. Who knows how it ever was? I said, memory, just a racket. You said, everything's a racket, even love somehow. Monterey Rain, Monterey Rain, Monterey Rain, Monterey Rain. Well, are you gonna hold the line and leave your heart out on the weather side? Is there something you hope to find, or is it gone? You guys want to hear the story of this song? This song about walking around in Monterey, California when it was raining. I called it Monterey Rain. Alvarado up the lighthouse, no one around. Lights change in the darkness, they don't make a sound. And we were just smoking in the cold rain, standing under the overhang. I said, it's never gonna be easy. You said, I don't want it easy. I wanna know how. Montere Rain, Montere Rain, Montere Rain, Montere Rain. All right. Well, we're cooking right through the A side here. I have an exact hour to play. It was made very plain to me. And I'm from Wisconsin, so I know how to do things on time. We did one full tour with the band where we decided we would be the band that went on stage at the exact moment that we were supposed to go on stage. And no one liked it. It threw everyone completely off. Mostly the sound guy was just absent every time. Well, here's a song. I started writing this on my knee one time when I was trout fishing. I was driving around. I have the '83 Dodge pickup truck that I bought for $800. And as you can imagine, my wife was pretty psyched about that purchase. And it's mostly just for fishing and hunting, but right now it's for sitting in the driveway because the battery's dead. But as soon as bird season picks up, I'm going to get that thing fixed. But anyway, I was driving around, and first line of this tune jumped into my head, and then, as I often do, I wrote the first verse, and then decided it would be prudent to wait maybe 5 years before I got around to looking at it again. And once I felt like it was not my fault, then I went back and started working on it some more. And I really wanted to record it with the band for the record, but I couldn't finish it for whatever reason. Sometimes that happens. But I was sitting there just playing, trying to get my hands working at the kitchen table at the place we were staying in Tucson where we made the record. And the guy that was producing, a really great musician named Mike Lewis, if you know the band, Bon Iver, he's in that band. He's a bass player and a horn player. Anyway, he looked up from his coffee. He said, "What is that?" I said, "Well, it's not done. It's just a thing." And he was like, "Could it be done?" I was like, "Yeah, probably. I don't know." So I took the guitar I was playing in the truck with us, and then in the back seat I wrote the last verse, and then we went in the studio and I started going. Just that little riff. And then I said, at some point it's going to go like this. And then we hit record, and that's what's on the record. And that makes it my favorite one, because nobody had ever played it before. We're still not sure how it goes because of that, but this is how it goes tonight. Move out through the city lights, neon cold, sodium white. I don't know where I am tonight. Moving through city lights. Move out through the heart's-worn fields, sown in salt, a bitter yield. And I don't know how I'm supposed to feel moving through. I don't know what's real. I don't know. on through the ghost dance playing 7-Eleven to the interstate, and I know it's all gonna blow away, moving through anyway. Moving through the diamond dust, world we made or the world that was. And I don't know why, I don't know what I'm here to do. It must be love, must be love, must be love, must be. Maybe I'll play a couple songs that didn't make it on there. That'll be interesting for everybody. You probably haven't heard any of these songs, but if you've heard the new record, then you won't have heard these, because there was, I don't know if you noticed, but there was like a 2-year period where nothing much happened, and that meant there was a big backlog of material for me. So I ended up, I think I wrote 45 or so songs, and then, you know, you're only gonna put 10 on a record, so there's a lot of stuff floating around here. I'll play you this one, I guess. I started writing this about all the things. I started writing a thing. I was writing about all the things I missed during the pandemic. And I told you I was going to talk a lot, so. Anyway, I got halfway into it and realized it was all things I missed from before the internet. Well, I miss paying the bills late, signing my name, the taste of a stamp, being broke and free, and I miss how that used to be. And I miss having a map to read, sitting there under the dome light, writing out turns on my knee. You know, I miss how that used to be. But no one could track me down, standing inside a phone booth listening to the coin drop down. And I miss that lonely sound, that lonely sound. And I miss when the snow stuck around in the wintertime, and the president only lied half the time. You know, I miss not knowing the party line, the party line. Miss the late band cut out in silhouette, The way the bar light pooled in the smoke from a cigarette. Oh, I miss the taste of nicotine and regret. When the radio still made you feel like you were a part of the world, a part of something real. And I miss the way it used to feel, the way it used to feel. Miss when the towns used to start and end. Now it's just the same 5 stores over and over again. I miss when the wars used to start and end too. And I guess I miss the way that it was back then. I guess I miss the way that it was back then. Most of all, I miss the way it could have been. The way it could have been. Oh, that's... Technically, there's a swear word in that song, but then I realized we were simulcasting, and I didn't know if I would get fined or something terrible would happen, like a trap door or whatever. So I left it out. It's implied. This next song is one I wrote a fairly long time ago. I spent a lot of time going to church when I was a youngster. It was sort of a two-religion situation. My mom went to church and my dad would go fishing. And it sounds like a great choice, but if the fishing is in an ice shanty, then you're gonna, if you've never been ice fishing, just imagine sitting in a small dark room for like 4 or 6 hours with a bunch of grown men who aren't speaking. That's pretty much it. And anyway, I used to sit in the back at church, and my mom would sing down in front, and I knew at some point she was going to get up and she would be able to see that I was there. But then she would sit down again when she was done singing, and then her back was to me, and I could leave and go play basketball because there was a gymnasium not far away. So my brothers and I would do that. It was like, church for that first little while, and then basketball, and then we'd come back and eat all the donuts. I used to sit back there and I would worry about things, and one of the things I worried about was heaven. I didn't like the idea. It seemed like it went on forever, and that was problematic to me. So here's a song about heaven. Well, I used to drink too much, but now I drink too much. I never learned one thing, but I forgot it again. And coming or going, that's the only way of knowing. How do you know it's heaven if it never ends? I used to wish I was better. Now I wish I was better. You can only do right when you know you've done wrong. Whoa, sweet desperation, where there's no temptation. Virtue means nothing, it's yours for a song. How do you know it's heaven? How do you know you're there? If it goes on forever, if you lose all your care. And I used to love you, and now I still love you. There's some things you know, like you know when you're lost in the rain. And someday I will lose you, but I'll never lose you. I know my way around heaven, and I'll see you again. Thanks a lot. Well, let's see here. How are we doing? 6:37. Gigs like this where you can kind of see everybody, they remind me of when I was in my 20s and I would go to I had two nieces who were in elementary school at that point, so I would go and play for the kindergarten or the first grade or the second grade class. And it worked out pretty good. Sometimes the teacher was pretty and it seemed like a great service to mankind, but you never saw a tougher audience than a bunch of 8-year-olds, you know. Like your wordplay, it just doesn't matter to them at all, right? Like even your guitar chops are not necessarily that great. But not unlike actually playing in prisons, they enjoy a good strong story. Better if there's death in it. That's why all those old songs are so good. All right, so this one, this is another newer song, sort of a country song. Oh, this is called Crushed Ice and Gasoline. Crushed ice and gasoline is all I want to buy. Try to keep the beer cold and the needle high, dying just to get there, living in the sound. Everything that you once believed could tear the building down. I'm so tired of thinking, feel like I'm gonna drown. I just want a first floor room with the engine ticking down, barefoot on the concrete. 2 fingers of beam, a plastic chair, a plastic cup, and a night without dreams. Used to be the FM dial. Never made you feel like you're the only lost, lonely one, but a part of something real. 20 years of singing in the conqueror's tongue, with the empire of nostalgia for a dying sun. I know the last fair deal is long gone down. I just need 300 miles and another town. Do you guys know Rodney Crowell, the songwriter Rodney Crowell? Yeah? He's great, right? A friend of mine sent him our new record, and he liked it, right? So he asked if he could be in touch. So last week when I was on the road with the band, I got this text from Rodney Crowell, and I was like, huh. Maybe it's really Rodney Crowell, and it was. And then, so we started sort of just chatting back and forth, and that was real cool, because I was a big, I grew up listening to Rodney Crowell, and I knew a lot of his songs. For whatever reason, though I grew up in Wisconsin, when I started thinking about writing songs, everybody I was paying attention to was from Texas, right? So Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt, and all the guys from the Flatlanders out in West Texas, and of course, Rodney Crowell. Anyways, so then yesterday, we figured out that he was coming through my town to play a venue that I play all the time. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll come on down. And so yesterday I was doing dishes in the afternoon, like you do. And I was listening to a Terry Allen record called Juarez, and I was just kind of spacing out. And I heard a phone go ding, so I went and looked at it, and it was Rodney. He was like, hey, don't be surprised if I make you get up on stage tonight. And I was like, in my head, I was like, we've never met, right? So that's a stupid thing to do, because you don't know if I'm crazy or what. But I thought he was like messing with me, so I didn't worry about it. And I went down there, and I hadn't eaten anything, and I had 2 stiff drinks, and I was really enjoying the show right up until the moment where he was like, I'm gonna get my young friend up here to play a song. It went okay. It was a little bit scary. The first music I listened to was rock and roll, so here's a rock and roll tune. We'll see what it sounds like without the artillery. Working on the night shift 20 years long, living in a hotel, running down a song. I don't keep any money, I move it around. I'm working on the night shift, trying not to break down, dive all day, play all night. Lobby call loading, sound check, showtime, get up in the morning and we do it again. Working on the night shift, seem like I always been. on the night shift, working on the night shift, yeah. Clocking at the airport right on time. Fly across the country just to wait in line. The line for the rental, the line for the front desk. And when you're on the night shift, you don't get no rest. Drive all day, got to play all night. Caffeine, nicotine, Jim Beam, alright. Get up in the morning and we do it again. We're working on the night shift. Seems like we always been working on the night shift, the night shift, the night shift, night shift, night shift. Working on the night shift 20 years long. Living in a hotel, running down a song. I don't keep any money, I move it around. Working on the night shift, trying not to break down. Drive all day, play all night. Lobby call, load in South Texas, showtime. Get up in the morning, do it again. Working on the night shift, seems like it always been. Working on the night shift, the night shift, the night shift, the night shift, yeah. Soft shoeing on the trapdoor at the bottom of the soul. Rolling down the golden highway with no money for the toll. Running rough, still running, it's enough to keep the sun inside. A busted rear view going down. Now east of the sunrise, black as a crow flies, the radio is soft and lonely sound. She'll sing herself to sleep. She'll sing and she won't weep. Tomorrow she'll be gone. Is she 25 or 40? I don't think that you could say. She's standing at the window, smoking cigarettes all day, and tipping ashes in a teacup, wondering how it got so fucked up, and if her luck might run the other way. And now east of the sunrise, black as a crow flies, the radio has got nothing much to say. And there's a little boy sleeping in a motel bed. There's a wedding ring shining in the road. You can't take back what you never said, or pay down a debt you never owed. And now east of the sunrise, black as a crow flies, she reaches out to turn off the radio, and she'll sing herself to sleep. She'll sing and she won't weep, and tomorrow she'll be gone. Wood smoke, pipe smoke, what will you remember? Half-lit doorway, hot fake, leather, all green car, dust in the sun, parked by the river when the river still runs. Cocktails, mare's tails, chickens in the grass, supper on the table and the bucket for the ashes, and hardwood sometimes, love all the time, heat lightning in the window, the train whistle dying. All I wanna know is what's gonna stick around. Is anybody listening to what you're laying down? When everything you loved is gone, you nothing but the sound of a ghost in a speaker when the curtain comes down. Swallows and risers under the bridge, dogwood and plum blossom, brown eggs and quince, honey, mama in the garden, pushing back her hair. If you're going up to heaven, I'll meet you there. All I wanna know, what's gonna stick around? Is anybody listening to what you're laying down? When everything you loved is gone and you're nothing but the sound of a ghost in a speaker, and the curtain comes down. Thank you. When I got off stage doing that song with Rodney Crowell, this very nice older lady came up to me in the back. She took both my hands in hers and she said, "You should make a CD." I was like, I'm gonna get right on it. Thanks, you guys, for coming out. What a treasure. What a Me and Liam Neeson are going to be in Bozeman on Thursday. If you got any friends in Bozeman or Montana or Colorado, that's the next leg on the tour. And I do have some albums here if you want to buy one. They're back there. There's electronic means of transaction. Otherwise, we could figure out the money thing. I'll leave you with this one. This is a song I never really intended to share with anybody, but then it happened, and it got on the album. When I was a youngster, I read an interview with John Prine where he said that when you're writing a song, the trick is to start with a totally improbable first line, and then you're like painted into the corner. And the whole trick writing the song is to jump out of the corner, and I always thought that was pretty brilliant. But this song, unfortunately, is a true story. It's called Sometimes Love. Thanks, you guys. That night we made love 7 times at the Motel 6. And the salt on your skin, the sunscreen and cigarettes, and the lines on your face cut out in soft silhouette. In a shit hotel mirror where nothing was left. You were the girl that I loved when I didn't know what love was. Oh, but it didn't take long to find out what everyone does. Just 'cause it's all that you have, it doesn't mean it's enough. And the sun still goes down, the sun still comes up. Sometimes love isn't noble or grand. Sometimes love just burns right through your hands. Sometimes love hurts you so bad. Sometimes love, sometimes love. We both believed that I wasn't worth loving at all. And you said to me, someday I won't be there when you call. And I called. You had no reason to lie. You lied all the time. And I knew I should leave. I just hung there on the line. 'Cause your mouth was so cruel, but your hands were so kind. Those long nights at cheap rooms when there's nothing to hide. Sometimes love isn't noble or grand. Sometimes love burns right through your hands. Sometimes love hurts you so bad. Sometimes love, sometimes love, sometimes love. Sometimes love, sometimes love. Thanks, you guys. Thanks to all the folks that work here. We'll see you again.
Thank you for joining us at Millennium Stage. For more information about upcoming shows, please check out the Kennedy Center website or Facebook page. At this time, we ask you please head to the back of the seating area so we can safely put away our chairs. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening at the Kennedy Center.